Welcome back to another edition of No Comfort Zone Selling. My name's Dan Brzezowski. We're here to get you out of your comfort zone and help you sell your next vehicle. Let's go over this one more time. By the questions that you ask in the initial greeting sequence about what's important to your customer, and as far as it goes when it comes to safety, when they identified that, your goal as a salesperson, is there anything else and what's most important to you about safety? Get them to clarify it. So when you get to the features, the advantages, and the benefits, you can explain what the feature is, what it does, and how it's going to benefit the customer. So the big question remains is, how do you sell a vehicle? Well, it all comes down to going over the features, the advantages, and the benefit, and getting the customer to confirm the value that's important to them. And when they've done that, you're going to sell a car. But there's still a few more steps that we need to go through. We need to go over all the features for the vehicle that are important to the customer, and we need to get that transitioned into a test drive, where the customer can actually take mental ownership of the vehicle. Once they've taken mental ownership of the vehicle, it's your responsibility as the salesperson to, at the end of the test drive, to start going over a sequence of closes. See, salespeople believe sometimes it's one close that's the magic close that'll close every customer. And quite frankly, I've had this experience many times in my career where I've learned one clever close. And I've used that close over and over and over again. And for the new guys out there, I'll tell you this, and I'll give all the credit in the world to my mentor, Jim Lundy. It comes down to this. With a down payment agreeable to you and the bank, and a monthly payment that you can live with, is this the vehicle that you want to own and take delivery of right now? Well, Jim told me that's a great close. And he said, but if you don't get the answer you're looking for, just ask it again. So I repeat, with a down payment that's agreeable to you and to the bank, and a monthly payment that you can live with, is this the vehicle that you want to own and take delivery of right now? How many times can you ask that before you start to really piss off the customer? What's going to end up happening is this. You're going to sound like you don't care. You're going to sound unprofessional. And quite frankly, you're going to get frustrated. And then you're going to blame the customer for not buying the vehicle. I know, because I've been there. So my challenge to you is this, is as you go through the test drive part of the vehicle, know that you're going to have to know what a summary close is. You're going to have to know what an action close is. You're going to have to know what another action close is. You're going to have to know what another action close is. You're going to have to go through handling objections when they come up. And it's not an easy business, but it's extremely more difficult if you're not prepared. So in the next part of the video segment, what we're going to talk about is how to handle some basic objections. So when the customer says no, or when they give you a few objections, as a salesperson who's a professional who's looking to sell cars for a living, you're going to know how to behave and understand that it's not personal, and understand that they have genuine fears and genuine objections that can be easily handled as long as you're prepared. And that's my goal, is for you to get out of your comfort zone, quit being so comfortable when a customer says to you, no, I'm not buying today, and be quick to give them their business card and dismiss them and say, you know what, I'm going to follow up with them later. Because I'll tell you what, if you don't do everything right during the first part of the process of selling a vehicle, you can pretty much kiss the rest of it goodbye, and the only thing that you can close on is money. And let me ask you, when you came into work today, was it your goal to actually make money and help customers? I know that's what mine is. And at the end of the day, what it comes down to is this. I do want to get paid for my efforts, but I understand that not everyone's going to buy a vehicle and that there is a closing ratio. But the customers that didn't buy today, why didn't they buy? What could I have done differently as a salesperson to make tomorrow better than it was today? So we'll talk more about follow-up in the rest of these segments. But I know this, if you've watched this much this far, I know that you care and I know that you're trying. And it's my commitment to help you by getting you out of your comfort zone. I don't want you to complain anymore about why you can't sell cars. I don't want you to say, man, you know what, no one's helping me, because I'm here to help you. I know that deep in my heart, if we work together, you can become successful. I've proven it time and time and time again. There is only one thing that lacks. There's only one thing that lacks with the person who listens to me and doesn't want to follow through. And it's just that. They don't have the best work ethic in the world, and they're not willing to follow through. So let's get your work ethic together and realize that your work ethic right now isn't to go sell 30 million cars. Your work ethic right now is to practice, drill, and rehearse the initial greeting sequence. It's to actually practice on what the features, the advantages, and the benefits of your automobile while tying in value to what you're talking about. It's also your ability to get the customer to test drive even when they don't want to. It also comes down to your ability to ask the right closing questions as the customer pulls back into the parking lot. to ask those summary questions, to ask the logical next closing question. And if you do all those things, you're going to have a better chance of selling a vehicle. And I promise you, when you get out of your comfort zone and start selling on purpose, you're going to start doing a lot better in other areas of your life. I want you to risk a little bit because those risks will turn into greater rewards. As we work together, you and me, through this video series and through the next seminar that we do, I'm confident that you're going to be a better salesperson tomorrow than you were today because you're committed. You're committed to yourself. Thanks for getting out of your comfort zone and start selling on purpose, living with purpose. My name's Dan Brzezowski, and I'm here to help you sell more cars.